Just going to do a quick video of our wood what we bought about 8 years ago. So I'm just going to give you a quick tour of it, see what you guys think, and we'll go from there. So this is the entrance. And we planted some bushes in here and made it a bit more, so it doesn't invite people to climb up the wall as easy. So we planted these in when we first got it, I think. Put a roadway in, but we don't use it that much, probably just come down a couple of days a month. All these bushes here we put in. This was all stoned. We stoned all this many years ago. This is another pathway we created. Little stream there, but it is seasonal. It's a bit more better in winter time. Got a nice collection of Yorkshire bricks here. Different names, different brickworks. We've had this up here about 8 years as well, and we camouflaged it, and it's done well, to be fair. Little garden shed, just for keeping tools in, that's all. Compost portaloo, which is very handy when you're staying over at weekend. Couple of benches, but like I said, they do need renewing a bit. And what we've been doing basically is experimenting with shaded grass. So my idea was to get a bit of grass growing here, because this is where we usually camp, you see. So we've started, well, you can see, we've started getting it. Because it's done out of grass seed, it is a bit patchy. But every time I'll come up, I'll start putting a little bit down. So what we've done today is we've just put some more laurel in, and a couple of horse chestnut trees, just to get it a bit more private, that's all. And it is getting there slowly. All these here, we planted these, like I said, they're about 8 years in. Some are probably only 4 years in. New grass seed down on this area. Now think we've got it sort of sussed. And it is lovely just to camp. We're in a really nice village here. We're not too far from houses, as you can see there's flats there. But it's peaceful. There's what plants, plant pots what we've planted today. I just put car there so we're out of the way, just so we don't make any noise for neighbours. That's the number one thing. If you do buy a wood near houses, then you've got to think about your neighbours. If you look after your neighbours, they'll look after you, hopefully. Not always the case, but with this case it's worked out very well. We had a gate put in here because one of the residents basically asked if she could pay a small amount and use it. And I said, no, I said, just, I'll put a gateway in for you and use it for free, you know. We're not bothered about taking money off people. We don't mind if, you know, if somebody asks me, we don't mind if one of the locals want to use it, providing they keep it tidy and don't upset anybody, you know. So these pathways, like we said, they still need restoning, but they are accessible and they do work. And you can't see, but it goes right back to the other side, but because of the layout of the slopes and everything, this side we don't really use that much. But we still keep pathways in just to make sure we can get down if we have to. That's one at neighbours' houses up there. And then our boundary goes to the red post and then it narrows off right up that way. But like I said, we've only got path so far down. So basically you can only get so far. I didn't want to put a pathway to the end because it would encourage people coming through from the other side. And literally 2 minutes down the road, I mean literally 2 minutes, you've got an access to a variety of clubs, shops. It's basically a town centre of Exham. And then the other side, you've got quite a lot of countryside for walking and various other woods. There's a lot of woods about us that are privately owned. And like I said, it's always a gamble when you're buying a wood to make sure you get the right one, where you don't get no headache, you don't get a lot of people passing through. A lot of woods, you will get people passing through. You've just got to sort of accept that. But with this, it's like a little private garden, if you know what I mean. We don't really get anybody in it, if I'm honest. So when I first got it, we had a couple of people wanting to come up and have a look. That were fine. We showed them round, showed them what we're doing, and we just said, look, basically, we're camping here 1 or 2 days a month. And that's it. We're going to replant stuff and keep it maintained, and that's what we do. So locals are brilliant, to be fair. But yeah, 8 years in, how time flies. We've had a few trail cameras set up. We have spotted odd 1 or 2 deers, but not many. And also we've got a couple of badgers we've spotted on trail cameras, a couple of hedgehogs and 1 or 2 foxes. But like I said, we're sort of in the residential area, but sort of on the countryside, and the wood, like I said, it narrows off this wood and it goes into a bigger wood, so that's where you get your different sort of animals coming in down the stream basically. But yeah, here we are.